Resentment will affect you a lot more than it will affect the other person. The same exact person that you are saying that you do not like, because of whatever reason, you are allowing that person to dictate your emotional state. How do you guys feel like you're carrying baggage? When you hold on to grudges, believe it or not, it actually hurts you more than it hurts the other person. If you want to grow, start by forgiving people. We have this belief or this idea that everyone is out to get us. The reality is no one's out to get us. No one is. Everyone's just living their own life, living their own. See, the thing is, we are human. It's natural. It is going to happen. You cannot run away from it. But you know how you can make things better? Forgiveness. Because if you don't choose to forgive, what happens is you carry something called resentment. Resentment will affect you a lot more than it will affect the other person. I had some people that, I called, right? I personally called them and I was just like, hey man, why are you doing this thing to me, right? This is not good. This is hurting me. Why are you doing that? And the person was just like, man, just give me one more chance, all right? I didn't know that this was bothering you. I didn't know that this was bad. I was just trying to seek some help outside or whatever the case is. So you know what I did? I was just like, all right, come back, my brother. Come back, my brother. All right? Well, yeah, I forgave. I forgave. I didn't forget. Forgetting is a different thing. I was like, yeah, come back. No problem. And the guy came back. And you know what he did? He bit me or stabbed me in my back or whatever the case is, whatever you want to say it, or however you want to phrase it. Does that mean that I shouldn't allow other people chances? Does that mean I should give up on people when they disappoint me? Absolutely not. I had a situation with Danny, super disappointed. I felt like she made really horrible choices. But Danny, did I call you? Regardless of anything, regardless of the fact that I've done this before, someone has hurt me by me doing the exact same thing, I didn't let that baggage pull me back down. So I reached out to Danny, knowing that this other thing just happened. Danny spoke to her, understood her, right? And I just talked to her. The same exact person that you are saying that you do not like, because of whatever reason, you are allowing that person to dictate your emotional state. Does that sound smart? Or does that sound mentally defective? Doesn't sound so smart to me. And trust me, I get it. I've had my fair share of heartbreaks and failures and pain and hurt. I've had it, guys. I'm human just like you guys. I've had it as well. But I've learned that it's easier if I just let it go. I love people from a distance, whatever the distance is. There's lessons along the way. Life is too short. Don't hold on to baggages. Don't hold on to things that's not yours. You're not that type of person. So let it go. Be someone that's understanding, someone that's kind. Show up as someone that's thoughtful and have empathy for others. Don't just use your emotions to dictate every single thing happening around you. So I know that this class is a little bit freaking different from what I normally would cover, but I feel like it had to be said. Not because of whatever the heck, it helps me sell more of my shit. That those feelings that you guys are holding on to, just notice that those feelings that you're holding on to, stressed, anxiety, this thing, that thing. How could you move forward with those feelings? How can you grow if you're holding on to stuff like that? There's something called the law of sacrifice. To get something that you want, you have to give up something of a lower nature. If you're unwilling to give something up, if you're unwilling to give up these feelings, how can you be able to attract? So I'm gonna just read you one last thing that I told my grandfather pretty much a few months before he died, if not a year before he died. And for me, this is what makes me feel very, makes me feel free. I have no negative feelings towards him, and he's done a lot of things to me and to my family and stuff like that. He's accused me, he's created separation between me and my grandmother. He's done a lot of things that I wouldn't really necessarily be happy about. But you know what, the last thing that I told my grandfather? I am sorry that you had to play this projection in my life for me to be who I am today. I was by his bed and I told him, I am sorry that you had to play this projection in my life for me to be the person that I am today. For me, that changed everything. It changed how I thought about my grandfather. It changed everything. the way I thought, the way that I acted. And it was very freeing